quarter, the Bulldogs came back to tie the game at 6, turning a Shadron fumble into a touchdown. Gering took their first lead into the locker room this season as they scored right before half on a 12-play, 53-yard drive that ended with a Brady Radzimski to Tyler Garrett touchdown pass. The Bulldogs were successful on a 2-point try and went into the locker room leading 14-6. In the second half, once again, special teams proved to be the undoing for Gering. The first came in the third quarter as Tyler Garrett received a Shadron punt at the 5 and trying to find running room went into the end zone where he was tackled for a safety. Gering still led 14-8 at the end of the third quarter. Second special teams mishap happened in the fourth quarter as Gering had a punt block that was recovered by the Cardinals. Shadron quarterback Justice Alcorn took it in from a yard out with 27 seconds left in the game. Shadron was successful on the 2-point try and took a 16-14 lead with 10 seconds left in the game. That was the final score. It was a heartbreaking loss for Gering, but under the circumstances going into the game, it was by far the best performance by the Bulldogs this season. This week's opponent, Alliance, was scheduled to host top-ranked Hastings last week, but positive COVID test at Alliance saw that game canceled late Friday. Alliance comes into tonight's game looking for their first win of the season. They come in at 0-3 with losses to Mitchell, York, and Grand Island Northwest. Adam Ostick alongside again tonight. Once again, Gering is playing shorthanded. A few more players as we counted just a few minutes ago, and it'll be key for Gering to put last week's heartbreaking loss behind them.
Absolutely. That game was really hard to stomach for the Bulldogs here, and you know they're coming out hungry this week. You know they got a little bit of drive, and you don't like to say a moral win, but gosh, that game really felt like a game that Gering should have won, and something really to build on, especially for the young players on this team.
And for the Gering Bulldogs this week at practice, like we said, I think we counted 24 players on Gering, up from 19 last week, but some of the Gering coaches had to step in on scout team this week, so a few of those coaches getting back into a little football action this week for their team.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they enjoyed that. But yeah, shorthanded again. It looks like there's a few more faces out there this week, so that's good. Take some of those special team reps. Take some of some of those starters just a little breather on the sideline. But they played well last week. They came out with a lot of fire, and the fatigue didn't show. So let's see what they can do this week, and really see in a team, an Alliance that is kind of in a similar situation to Gering as far as win totals, and a game that I really think Gering can come out and really do well in.
As we said, both teams come in looking for their first win of the game, and it'll be interesting to see which team wants it more here tonight. Well, Gering at home again tonight to begin district play with Alliance, with both teams looking for win number 1. After the break, more pregame, including interviews with both head coaches and the starting lineups. That's next as the pregame show, sponsored by High Plains Spas and Recreation, continues after this on 93.3 KMOR, KMORFM.com, and on KNEB.TV.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated, and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
3 KMOR.
We're back tonight on our pregame show here on the Rural Radio Network. Got TV and radio coverage tonight for Gering hosting Alliance. Time for pregame coaches' comments brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. You can see Shane Wilson and his staff to be in The Zone all season long. We'll talk first here with Alliance head coach Chris Seabaum. And Coach, I know coming into the year, it's wild that this is the topic that we start with. It seems like about every week now with certain coaches. And we knew coming into the year it was going to be wild, up and down, a bit of a roller coaster, and I'm sure every coach just thought, I hope this doesn't hit my program. And you guys had to deal with a COVID situation that hit midday on Friday last week, game day against Hastings. How tough has it been over the last week or so, or I guess less than a week here, just trying to come to grips with you weren't able to play and you had kids just kind of left out there, nothing to do on a Friday?
Yeah, well, I feel extremely bad for our players because they had a game. We've talked about it all year that it could end at any time or something could be taken from you at any time. And I know that's kind of a cliche that coaches use, but it was especially important this year because you never know what happens. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, we had a bad chain of events and we weren't able to go on Friday. But getting going again and knowing that we've made the adjustments necessary to have a game against Gering, we're definitely looking forward to it.
Obviously, not to get in any sort of the particulars, but will you be shorthanded at all this week? Will you have a full roster? What's the outlook for your overall team?
Yeah, it'll be probably, we have some guys missing. I know Coach O'Boyle has some guys missing. Maybe. I think they had them last week, but I don't know. Maybe they'll be back this week. So we'll have some guys missing, and they'll have some guys missing. And, it's no different than injuries. It's just unfortunate that there's a lot more players normally this time of year than what you would worry about with injuries. So we'll be okay, though.
And on top of it, it's almost impossible to get a read on what the quality of your football team would have been even at full strength. Mitchell, man, they're loaded, scoring a ton of points on everybody. And, of course, York and Northwest, a couple traditional Class B powers. So we're here 3 weeks in, game-wise, 4 weeks into the season, and I think it's probably pretty much impossible to gauge on what you guys are going to be all about.
Yeah, well, we think, obviously we've seen some improvements throughout the year, and I thought we played really well against, obviously Mitchell, like you said, is very talented. I thought we answered and responded very well against York. That was a close game. Even Grand Island Northwest was 14-6 in the third quarter. So the scores may not be, in my opinion, relevant to what we did or how we played, but district play now, and so we'll see where we're at. Looking forward to having a game. Our kids deserve a game, and we're looking forward to being able to coach in it, too.
Forget the record, forget all the drama. What type of team did you expect to kind of have coming into this year?
Well, I thought we had a very good team. Mario Garza and a couple other of our seniors, Jesus Costa on the defensive side of the ball. We have some very good players. Keegan Grant was running the ball really well in the off season and during the scrimmages that we had, so I was looking forward to him, and he's done really well. Chase King, one of our corners and receivers, he's had a great season too, and so we've seen some really good things on film and on the field, and we're still looking forward to just putting it all together. I think every other coach, if you asked him, would say they haven't played a perfect game yet, and neither have we, and we're looking forward to trying to do that on Friday.
Yeah, Gering shorthanded last week. Obviously, I think they only suited 19 kids, gave a great effort. They're playing really hard right now for Coach O'Boyle. Coach Kinnaman running the defense. So they've got the old guard back helping out a little bit. What are you seeing from the opposite Bulldogs when you put the film on this week?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know Coach O'Boyle and Coach Kinnaman really well, and I think that we follow Gering. Basically, the teams that Gering play, we play right afterwards. So I've seen Gering almost every week in my game planning, and you can see their improvements every week, and I think that's a credit to Coach O'Boyle and what they're doing. And I think Brady Radomiski is an extremely capable quarterback. I think he's dangerous in space, and you can see him kind of work the option game in more and more every week. And they have ran the ball on everybody that we played against. They ran the ball against Hastings. They ran the ball against Grand Island Northwest, and they've also thrown it over the top to receivers. So I think they're a balanced offense. I think they're talented on defense, and it's going to be a definite test to go in Gering and to try and take them on.
Yeah, on the road, so they're a team that struggled to, finish things off and put the points on the board, but they're also, playing really stout and giving great effort on the defensive side of the football. What do you have to come up with as far as a plan to get some points on these guys?
Well, I think we can't get too carried away. I think we have to stick with what works for us and what we're comfortable with. With the offense that we have, with the quarterback and the running backs that we have. So we have some ideas of what we're gonna run. We want to establish the run game. I'm sure they want to establish the run game, and then usually if you can do that, that kind of sets the tempo of the game. And then a lot of times your play action passes or your short passes can start taking effect after they start worrying about the run a little bit. So it's nothing new for us in terms of a big install or anything. We're just going to show up, and I think we're kind of like Gering. We talked about our effort level has been great, but our execution level has kind of faltered, and we need to worry about executing the plays that are called in.
So maybe some mirror images of one another, getting after it, looking for a big win here tonight. Wrapping things up right now with Chris Seabaum, the head coach, friend of the program up at Alliance. Coach, as always, thanks a lot for the time. Thanks for the help throughout the week. Have a safe trip down, and best of luck in this one.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
It's Alyssa with ALA with an exciting update on our
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
HydroZEN. Unplug and recharge. What is HydroZEN? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. HydroZEN is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-60.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gering, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
It wasn't too big of a shock because it was something that we were already aware of going in, and we knew that was a possibility, and so really wasn't much of a mood changer at all. I think our guys were pretty focused and knew their job from the get-go, and so we had prepped, the previous 2 days for if we weren't going to have those two guys that we didn't have. So really wasn't much of a difference at all, and our guys were actually pretty focused going in.
So the offense, I think, looking at Friday, probably the best that they've looked all season.
Mm-hmm.
Are they starting to come together? It looked like there was some good blocking, some good holes for Eli to run through. Jacob got some good running Friday night, and Brady completes his first 4 passes.
Yeah, it was definitely our most complete game. And a lot of that is just more repetitions and guys becoming confident in their roles. We've seen the same defensive front for this will be the 4th week now, and so I think there's some familiarity there that give our guys some confidence. But it's just guys getting confident in their roles, and it also helps that we're not to knock the teams that we're playing, but the teams that we're playing are not quite as good as Hastings and GI Northwest, and so that helps. I think our level of competition is a little bit more even these past 2 games, and so I think that definitely helps. So just a combination of all those things.
On the defensive side, you were able to force a turnover, recover that score. Talk about the defense a little bit. Where are they at?
Well, we've definitely been playing a lot better. I think our linebacker play has been pretty dang good the past couple of weeks. Our D-line played much better last week against Shadron, so kind of the same thing. Guys are getting more confident in their role, and we're being more aggressive. We're definitely getting to the football a lot better, but we're still seeing a lot of missed tackles, seeing times where guys kind of do their own thing instead of doing what they're coached to do, and those things really hurt us a lot. And those are the things that we're really emphasizing in practice, and we're emphasizing in film, that this mentality that we're going to go out there and do whatever we want to do, that's what's keeping us from turning the corner as a program. And those are the things that we're trying to fix, and we're still seeing those things on Friday nights. So I think that's our biggest thing that we have to clean up.
So let's talk about special teams a little bit. It always has seemed to be the part that's gotten you. Mm-hmm. Can you emphasize that anymore, or does it just keep beating your head against the wall in a situation like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been our Achilles heel so far this year, and we've been changing guys in and out, and trying to work new schemes into play to try and put ourselves in a better position. And this past week we had multiple special teams periods every day to try and drive home that point. We've been talking the last 2 weeks and telling the guys, you've got to care more about special teams than you do playing offense or defense, because that's what's going to win and lose you games if you can flip the field. That's what's hurt us really bad the last 2 weeks, and so we really emphasized that this week.
More with Jeff and Coach O'Boyle right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Renewal by Anderson Windows and Patio Doors. Invest in your home.
The number one investment I like to invest in is my home. For less than your cable bill and your cell phone bill, you can have all new windows in your house. Now, I've never got a return from my cable bill, and I've never got a return from my cell phone bill. But when you invest in your home in windows, you're gonna get that return.
Now more than ever, there is no place like home. Invest in it. Renewal by Anderson Windows and Patio Doors.
One final time on our High Plains Spas and Rec pregame show. More with Jeff and Coach.
How do you approach this game besides all the stuff with the pandemic and that type of thing? You've got two teams that are looking for their first win of the year.
We've just got to stick to our game plan and worry about what we're going to do. You know, both teams are going to have guys that are out due to COVID, and we've already experienced that for a week. We're a little bit more prepared in that aspect. It's been an interesting week of practice, not being able to field, a full squad on the field at a time, so coaches have had to step in and fill in some of those roles. Like you mentioned, both teams are going for their first win. It's going to come down to who executes more, and bottom line at the end of the day, who wants to win.
So let's talk about Alliance. They come out once again, a spread team, stay the same on the defensive side?
Yeah, for the most part. It'll be similar to what we saw against Shadron. They run a lot of I formation. They don't use a tight end a whole lot of the time. They will spread you out with their skill guys. So, yeah, pretty much same defensive scheme that we've seen the past 2 weeks. So our guys should be comfortable with that, should be familiar with that. It's just going to come down to making plays and being in the right spots. So if guys our attention to detail is good, we should put ourselves into position to be successful defensively.
And as you mentioned previously, they're pretty much doing the same thing that you've seen the last 3 or 4 weeks on defense.
That 30 front with walked-up backers. Their backers are physical. Their D-line is physical. And it looks like they play a lot of man coverage for the most part. So those are things that we've definitely seen the past couple of weeks. So we shouldn't have to change, or we didn't necessarily change a whole lot of what we do offensively throughout the week. We've got a good idea of what we want to do offensively tonight, and hopefully we can execute.
How much has conditioning played into last week? How much is it going to play into this week?
It was huge playing into last week because it was we went from having a full team on Tuesday to half a team on Wednesday to 20 guys on Thursday. And we told the guys, you're going to have to fight through some fatigue. You're going to have to fight through some bumps and bruises because, look at the sideline. We don't have subs. You guys are going to have to. You guys are really going to have to get tough with it. We try to be tough on them conditioning-wise this week. And stress again that it's going to be you're playing all 4 quarters and you're playing all 3 phases of the game, so you've got to be able to contribute when you're tired, and the guys around you have to be able to count on you when you might be a little bit tired and you might be a little bit sore, so you've got to be ready to go.
Let's finish it up with a key to the game, and tonight's key to the game is brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. A key for the game.
I think we've got to be able to finish, whether that's offensively, falling forward at the end of the play or getting an extra yard or two, finish blocks. We've got to be able to finish defensively, finish in a tackle, rally into the football, getting in on a tackle. And then special teams-wise, when we get down to the field, we've got to be able to condense space, and we've got to be able to finish and get the ball on the ground, something we've struggled with the last couple of weeks. So I think overall our mentality tonight is we have to finish everything we do. Every single play, we've got to be able to finish.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more on the pregame show on 93.3 KMOR.
You can take the trailer out of Texas, but...
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different. If Runza was a rapper, its name would be Notorious P.O.P., Cardi Beef, Chance the Runza Sandwich Rapper, Big Crinkle, Ring Latifah, Lil Crinkle, Runza DMC.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the VIAERO family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at VIAERO.com or your nearest VIAERO store. VIAERO Wireless, keeping you connected.
And welcome back to Gering as we're getting ready for this high school football game between Gering and Alliance. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Well, now time for our starting lineups, and our starting lineups brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. For Gering, they won the toss. They elected to receive, and they will start this way across the offensive line. It will be Trey Zwickel at one tackle, Ryan Onstad at the left guard. Your center is Andrew Mount. On the right side, the right guard, and Austin Lease, and your right tackle, Isaiah Blanco. Your tight end for Gering, Sam Rushelo. Your wide receivers will be Lance Isaacs and Carmelo Timblin, along with Hunter Hayden. In the backfield, it'll be Jacob Oswicius and Eli Thompson, and your quarterback is Brady Radzimski. For Alliance, they will start this way across the front 3. It'll be Jackson Preble, Mario Garza, and Isaiah Martinez. Your linebackers, Logan Leastritz, Jesus Acosta, Jackson Minnick, and Keegan Grant. In the secondary, it'll be Jaden Kelly, Chase King, Roman Garza, and Eli Blanco. And we'll come back with the kickoff from Gering after this timeout.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
By Jacob Oswicius, and he returns it out to about the 39-yard line, and that's where Gering will start. 1st and 10 for Gering as they will work from right to left here in this first half.
Good starting field position for Gering here tonight. Let's see if they can march down the field. I expect a heavy dose of run right up the middle.
So we will see what they do right here on 1st down and 10. 3 wide receivers to the right side. The snap back, they'll throw it in the flat to Turner Ray. Ray across the 40, 45, and he's knocked out of bounds as he gets it into Alliance territory across the 50 and a 1st down. They'll set it down at the 50-yard line and a 1st down for Gering.
We've seen Gering get really creative with this first drive as far as play calling go all year. This was a nice little trips out to the right and quick out, and hey, great play.
Brings up a 1st down and 10 for Gering. Now trips to the left side. Ball set on the far hash mark. 1 back in the backfield behind Radzimski on a 1st down and 10 play. They'll fire it in the flat one more time. Lance Isaacs across the 45 and deeper into Alliance territory all the way down to the 41-yard line.
Boy, and same play, just the other side, and that play was set up by a great block there on the outside. It was, those wide receivers are glorified linemen a lot of times.
Second down, let's call it about 3 yards for Gering. Trips left, one wide receiver. To the right, high snap. Radzimski pulls it down, rolls right, finds Carmelo Timblin, and Timblin makes the catch across the Alliance 40 down to the 38-yard line. And another nice pickup and another nice first down and a nice opening drive for the Gering Bulldogs, dressed in the home blue jerseys tonight, white letters and numbers trimmed in gold and gold and white stripes on the sleeves. Alliance in the road white jerseys with blue letters and numbers and gray pants for the Alliance Bulldogs. First down and 10. Trips right for Alliance, out of the shotgun, high snap. Radzimski pulls it down. He's going to run, and he'll get it down to the 35-yard line, or he's wrapped up right there by Chase King.
Boy, kind of a spread out, kind of a Gering of yore type offense so far this drive. They've had some success at it.
This will be the fourth play of the drive that started at the Gering 39-yard line. Isaacs, along with Timblin and Hunter Hayden, split out wide left. Eli Thompson to the left of Brady Radzimski. Shotgun formation, snap back. Radzimski rolling left, firing, and fires incomplete. He had Hunter Hayden and Carmelo Timblin in the same area, and the pass flew over both of their heads, falls incomplete, and Gering looking at now, call it a third down and 7.
Yeah, you wonder if there wasn't a little bit of confusion between the wide receiver and quarterbacks. Looked like kind of two guys at the same spot there.
Our opening kickoff was brought to you by Papa Movies Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. Third down and 7 for Gering. I formation behind Radzimski's under center. The give. Eli Thompson over the right side. Thompson battling for yardage, and he'll be brought down short of first down yardage. Getting up last off the pile for Alliance that time, Isaiah Martinez, one of the defensive ends.
Well, you got to think 4-down territory here, kind of in that special spot of the field where it's a little too far for a field goal, and you definitely don't want to punt it. So let's see see how it goes here. I can't believe Thompson got his first touch this late in the game.
Picks up 3, 4th down and 3 for Gering, as Brady Radzimski at the sideline waiting the play call, and I think Gering's going to call a timeout, and they do. Timeout on the field. 9:43 left first quarter. We're scoreless on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Allo Communications has an exciting update on our Allo for Education program. This season alone, we have donated another $125,000 to local schools across our fiberhoods. That's over $325,000 since we started. We are committed to our communities, our schools, closing the digital divide, and building a brighter future for our students. Make the switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to the participating school of your choice. Allo for Education ends on September 30th, so hurry and visit us at allofiber.com/education.
4th down and 4 for Gering. Out of the timeout. I formation behind Brady Radzimski. Long starting count. They'll fire on the flank. Turner Ray, and Ray will be stacked up short of first down yardage. Chase King on the tackle for Alliance. Along with him, it was Jace Moss, and Gering will turn it over on downs on their first offensive possession of the evening.
Great pursuit by Moss there on the outside. That play had worked for him 2 or 3 times before in that drive. Just unfortunate timing on Gering's part there.
So Alliance takes over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line as they move from left to right. Case and Clark, the quarterback, fires a pass. Complete. He's got Chase King in Gering territory at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Alliance.
You know, a cornerback slipped there, and the safety just got beat down the middle. Beautiful pass there by Clark, and wow, this game changed very quickly.
One play, 69-yard touchdown pass from Case and Clark to his wide receiver, Chase King. And 6-0 Alliance here early in the first quarter.
You know, like we talked before, if Gering is having a hard time finishing drives, and this is kind of a byproduct of that. Good-looking drive, stalled out.
And the regular kicker, Wade Sanders, is not with the team tonight. So taking over the kicking duties is Isaiah Martinez. The snap down, it's fumbled by Clark. He's going to roll to the right side. He's going to pull it down, run, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. And the 2-point try is no good for Alliance. Alliance leads at 6-0 here in the first quarter on the West Coast scoreboard.
With magnificent views and a majestic rolling landscape, Scenic Knolls Golf Course welcomes you. Located 2 miles north of Mitchell, make your way to the top course in the valley. Recent renovations and the highest quality greens in western Nebraska provide a fantastic golf experience at a terrific value. Scenic Knolls provides exciting golf for all skill levels and is where PGA Tour pro Nate Lashley got his start. After your round or anytime you're hungry, stop into Ayala's restaurant for good food and drinks. Call today and book your tee time or go online at mitchellcity.net/recreation. At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
6-0 Gering, or check that Alliance on a one-play drive by the Alliance Bulldogs as Martinez's kickoff taken at the 20 by Brady Radzimski. Brady across the 35, across the 40, and he'll be knocked down just short of the 44-yard line. And Gering will have good field position, but a tough break on Alliance's first play as they go 69 yards.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely with Alliance. Now can Gering come out and put together a nice drive and finish? They just really need to finish these drives because they look good up until a point. So we'll see how it goes.
They went for it on a 4th down and 4, were not able to get it. That gave the ball over on downs to Alliance. One wide receiver left to right for Gering as the center quarterback exchange fumbled. But Radzimski gets back on it before he's knocked to the ground by Jackson Preble. No gain. And a 2nd down and 10 for Gering as they move right to left here in this first half. 7:52 left first quarter, 6-0. Alliance leads it. One wide receiver split to each side. I formation, Oswicius the fullback. Now he'll go in motion to the left. They'll pitch it underhand to Thompson around the left side, and Thompson will be wrapped up for a loss. And coming across there, making that tackle, Keegan Grant for the Alliance Bulldogs from his outside linebacker position. And the loss back to the 39-yard line and puts Gering behind the sticks once again with a 3rd and 14.
Boy, Keegan Grant had incredible pursuit there. What a play.
On 3rd down, Gering with trips right. One wide receiver left. They'll go out of the shotgun this time. Snap back, high snap to Radzimski, rolls right, fires to Timblin, and Timblin takes a big hit just as he receives that ball. Eli Blanco makes the tackle, and Gering once again with a 4th down as the gain only to the Gering 42-yard line.
Tough series there. You know, the great defensive play and just really put you behind the sticks. Gering has seen that a lot this year.
Turner Ray on to punt it away as Chase King is deep, and a high punt, and this will land and go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And that's where Alliance will take over, 1st down and 10.
Well, we talked about how the defense is really the linchpin of this Gering team. The defense has to step up here, get a stop. You don't want to be down 2 scores with an offense that's having some trouble getting the ball down the field. So, you know, we've talked about it all year. That defense really needs to step up. And did we have a penalty here? Okay, they just spotted the ball up a little bit.
They move it up to the 46-yard line as the punt went out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Alliance. They move left to right. 2 wide receivers. They give it off to the first back through. And that's Keegan Grant. And Grant takes it into Gering territory all the way down to the Gering 41-yard line.
Well, Grant is sure an explosive kid. We've seen him on offense and defense. Going to be a challenge for both sides of Gering tonight.
1st and 10 for Alliance. Trips right, 1 wide receiver left. Clark out of the shotgun, gets the snap, drops the throw, fires, pass complete. And the receiver knocked down at the 30-yard line. Turner Ray there, first man to hit him, and the man that scored the touchdown, Chase King, on the reception. Down to the Gering 30-yard line. And another 1st down and 10, 5:33 left first quarter. 6-0 Alliance, and Alliance driving here on their 2nd offensive possession. Roman Garza, Chase King split out wide to the left. I formation behind Clark, gives it off to Grant, and Grant will be wrapped up. Short gain by Grant that time. Isaiah Blanco wraps him up as he gets it to the 28-yard line.
But Alliance's O-line has really been having a heyday with the front 7 of Gering. Really getting their fits secured well.
Pickup of 2. 2nd down and 8. I formation. Clark will go under center. Give it off to Leastritz, the fullback, and Leastritz will be wrapped up as he went right into the heart of that Gering lineup. The front 4, Isaiah Blanco in there along with Maddox Janacek. No gain on the play, 2nd down, 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, excuse me, Jeff. 3rd and long here. That defense has kind of been bend and break all season. They need a stop here.
3rd down and 8, trips right, 1 wide receiver left. Shotgun is Grant behind Clark, fires into the flat, finds a receiver, breaks 1 tackle, and will battle for yardage, try to get it to the 25-yard line as Nathan Ackerman makes the reception, but it won't be enough for a 1st down. Down to the 25-yard line, he picks up 3, 4th down and 5, 3:50 left here, first quarter, 6-0 Alliance on top. And they're going to go for it looks like, on 4th down and 5.
Another huge play for the Gering defense.
See what they can do here. 2 wide receivers split to the left side. In the I formation, Grant's the I back. Play action, Clark fires in the flat, complete to the 20-yard line. Jaden Kelly makes the catch right at the 20-yard line. That's right where the marker is.
It may be just a little short from this angle.
They place the ball down right at the 20, as right as Kelly made the catch. He tried to stretch it out to the 20-yard line.
Good route by Kelly there, running to the sticks, but it was a great tackle on the edge there for Gering.
They bring the chains in from the far sideline, and they're going to measure this one as they stretch the chains, and it will be a first down for Gering, and a nice job by the Gering defense as they force Alliance to turn it over on downs.
That bend not break attitude. They didn't let a couple big plays get to their head, and a great stop for the defense here. Now the offense needs to put together a drive, maybe take a little bit of time off the clock and end up with this ball in the end zone.
Gering will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line as they move right to left here in this first quarter. Carmelo Timblin wide left, one wide receiver to the right. I formation behind Brady Radzimski. Motion now by Oswicius. Give it off to Eli Thompson. Thompson finds running room, and he'll stretch it out across the 25 to about the Gering 26-yard line. Kelly and Grant combine on the tackle for the Alliance Bulldogs. He picks up 7 on the play all the way out to the Gering 27-yard line, and a nice 2nd down and 3 for Gering.
Great play design there. As the fullback motioned out up until this point this year, you've seen a quick toss out following that motion guy. This play, they went to the other side, and I kind of caught Alliance sleeping there.
2nd down and 3 for Gering. I formation behind Radzimski. Calls his starting count. They'll give it off Thompson, and he'll be wrapped up right in the backfield just as he got that handoff. And Grant from his linebacker position, correction on that, Leastritz from his linebacker position, making the tackle.
Well, Leastritz was just a great play there. Really punished him. That's some hard-nosed football.
No gain, and Gering looking at a 3rd down and 3. 2:11 left first quarter, 6-0. Alliance leads it. I formation. Give off to Eli Thompson, and Thompson just short of the 30-yard line as the middle linebacker Acosta makes the tackle. And Gering looking at a 4th down and 1. The ball setting between the 29 and 30-yard line. And we've seen Gering in this type of situation before. One wide receiver split to each side for Gering. I formation. Radzimski will take it himself. He'll pick up 1st down yardage. Nothing fancy there as he just pushes the pile out to about the Gering 32-yard line, and a 1st down and 10. 1:27 clock running. 6-0 Alliance.
Well, they just have a lot of faith in Brady Radzimski, and a play like that, that kid is going to gut his way right across the line to gain.
Clock running. 1:15. 1st and 10 for Gering from their own 32-yard line. One wide receiver split each side. Radzimski, the turn, the give to Eli Thompson, and Thompson will be stacked up as he tried to find running room over the left side. Acosta there one more time for the Alliance Bulldogs.
He has been very active over on that right side. Gering has not had any success up to this point running off the right tackle, right guard.
He loses one on the play, and Gering in a 2nd down and 11. This could be the last play of the first quarter. 35 seconds, clock running. 6-0 Alliance. One wide receiver split each side for Gering. Radzimski under center. Gets it, play action. He's going to roll right, being chased. He's going to have to pull it down and run, but he can't get away from Keegan Grant, who came around from the backside and ran down Brady Radzimski. And the loss is back to the gain to about the 32-yard line, and that is the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it's Alliance 6, Gering nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Back at Gering for the second quarter, and from the Logos broadcast booth, I'm Jeff Kelly alongside Adam Ostick. And stop into Logos, and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There's no job too big or too small for Logos in downtown Gering. 3rd down and 9 as we start the second quarter. Gering now moving from left to right. 2 wide receivers split each side. Out of the shotgun, high snap. Radzimski drops the throw. Throws long, finds Lance Isaacs at the 45, and Isaacs is pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And a nice first down pickup and a nice pitch and catch from Brady Radzimski, who had to make the long throw over to that far sideline.
Yeah, great toss. That's about the longest toss in football, right, Hash? To the left sideline, but great conversion. Good to see.
11:38 first half, 6-0 Alliance. First down, they fire once again. Turner Ray, and he drops the pass, and they're going to give it to Alliance. As Ray went to make the catch, took a big hit, dropped the ball, and Alliance recovers.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just bobbled the catch as he was catching it there, and the Alliance cornerback was at the right place at the right time.
So Alliance will have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 11:28 left here in the first half. 6-0. Alliance leads it. 2 wide receivers split to the right. Alliance right to left. The turn, the give to the fullback. Leistritz. Leistritz into Gering territory. Across the 40. And he takes it down across the 35 to the Gering 33-yard line. A big pickup by the fullback, Logan Leistritz.
Looked like some confusion there on the Gering defense. Maybe linebackers didn't quite know who should be in and who shouldn't, and it really cost them on that play.
1st down and 10 for Alliance, deep in Gering territory. 2 wide receivers to the right. The turn, the give to Grant, and Grant stacked up and knocked back. Jacob Oswishes there, along with Trey Zwickel. Combined on the tackle, we've got a flag on the play.
That's about as good a tackle as you'll ever see. I wonder if there was some extracurriculars there or something after the play.
Officials discussing it, so we will see what the call is. Unsportsmanlike called on Alliance.
Wow, there must have been some jawing going on down after that big hit.
I did not see if there was any extracurricular activity, but the penalty will mark it all the way back to the, let's call it just across the midfield stripe, to the 50-yard line, and that will put Alliance way behind the chains.
And after the play, so 2nd down.
2nd down and 27. Trips right, 1 wide receiver left. Alliance right to left, Grant in motion, empty out the backfield. Clark fires in the flat, finds King. King across the 45, 40 into Gering territory, 30, 20, avoids 1 tackle, and he's tripped up by Brady Radzimski as he gets it across the Gering 15 down to the 14-yard line. And Alliance picks up all of the penalty yardage plus more. And the ball will be marked down at the Gering 14-yard line.
Wow, he ran all the way across the field there. Just a couple missed tackles from the Gering secondary that really extended that play.
10:26 left first half, 6-0 Alliance, and Alliance driving. 2 wide receivers split right, 1 left. I formation behind Case and Clark, the quarterback. They'll give it off to Grant. Grant right up the middle. He'll stretch it down to the Gering 10-yard line. Isaiah Blanco along with Maddox Janacek combining on the tackle. Pickup of 4, call it 2nd down and 6 for Alliance. Kason Clark, the quarterback, 6'5", 180 pounds, and a senior.
Throws a good ball.
First, check that 2nd down as Garza and King split out wide right. Kelly to the left. Give off to Leastritz, the fullback, and a short gain by the fullback, Tyler Garrett, making the tackle, assisted by Hayden Bennett. Pickup of, let's give him 1 down to the 9-yard line, and a 3rd down right now and 5 for Alliance.
And with their kicker out, you don't know if they're looking at a field goal if they don't get it, or even this might be 4-down territory for them.
Big 3rd down play right here. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Clark will go under center. Gets the snap, gives off Grant, and he's stacked up right as he gets the handoff. Nice play right there. Eli Thompson coming up along with Isaiah Blanco.
Great defensive stand by Thompson and Blanco there. They were explosive off the line, beat their man, and really made a good, solid form tackle.
He'll lose 1 on the play. 4th down, and call it 7. The ball setting down at the Gering 10-yard line. They can get a 1st down inside the 5-yard line, so let's see what they do here on 4th down and 6. Trips left, 1 wide receiver to the right for the Alliance Bulldogs as they move from right to left. Clark out of the gun. Gets the snap, play action, fires into the end zone. Wide open is Jaden Kelly. He takes it into the end zone for an Alliance touchdown.
Beautiful pass and beautiful route. Kelly had the cornerback beat from the beginning, and well-executed play.
So Alliance able to make it now 12-0 after the Gering turnover. And looks like they will go for 2. As we said, their usual kicker, Wade Sanders, not with the team tonight. So Alliance once again forced to go for 2. I formation, Clark will go under center. Play action, he rolls to the right, fires into the end zone, finds Chase King, and the 2-point conversion is good. 9:01 left here in the first half, 14-0. Alliance leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
And Radzimski picks up the kickoff at the 20-yard line and gets it across the 30 to about the 34-yard line, and that's where Gering will start with 7:55 left here in the first half.
Gosh, Radzimski's sure getting close to breaking one of those on those kickoff returns. Maybe they can get a good spark special team-wise this half, or this game, I guess.
Gering moving left to right, trailing 14-0. Double wide each side. Shotgun formation. Radzimski high snap once again, fires, and in and out of the hands of Hunter Hayden as he had to leap for that ball, and Jaden Kelly, the man that just scored the touchdown for Alliance, there on the coverage. Pass falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for Gering.
You're seeing a little more urgency out of Gering's offense now, a little more spread open. Don't want to get too far behind. Alliance's offense has been very effective this game. See if Gering can answer with some sort of drive this series.
2nd down and 10. Lance Isaac splits out wide to the right. I formation behind Brady Radzimski as he goes under center. Play action, rolling to the right side, being chased. Now he's going to pull it down and run. Cuts in, and he'll be given forward progress to the 35-yard line.
Kind of ran into his own man there who was blocking for him, thinking he was going to pass it, but athletic play, and gosh, Radzimski is sure fast, as this left end for Alliance is a very athletic, quick group.
Garza there on the tackle for the Alliance Bulldogs. And a short gain of 3, 3rd down and 7 for Gering. They trail at 14-0 here. 7:10 left in the first half. As Carmelo Timblin goes wide left. Out of the gun, backs on either side of Radzimski. Rushello split out on the left side. Another high snap. Brady double clutching, looking for a receiver. Now pointing downfield. Now he's going to pull it down and run. And he's knocked out of bounds. Leistritz there. Short gain for Radzimski. Down to the 38-yard line. And 4th down and 6 for Gering.
This is an interesting decision if he wants to punt or go for it. Down 14-0. You feel like you really need some momentum here, but I think they're making the right call by just kicking the ball down and playing the field position game.
Chase King will drop deep for Alliance. Lance Isaacs will punt it away for Gering. As King stands at the 32. Low snap fielded by Isaacs, and this goes off the side of his foot. And the punting team woes continue for Gering, as Alliance will get good field position out of this one, as we'll see where the officials mark it down. And it looks like they will put it down at the Gering 49-yard line.
About a net gain of 5 yards, 6 yards there. That's unfortunate.
And we saw the punting woes that happened to Gering at the Hastings game, as both Turner Ray and Lance Isaacs has some trouble. They brought in the freshman Mason Goodrow, and he did a great job, but he is still not with the team, in quarantine. 1st and 10 for Alliance. The toss. Grant avoids tacklers in the backfield, gets it across the midfield stripe, across the 45 down to the Gering 44-yard line. Eli Thompson stacks him up.
Athletic run by Grant there. Gering had him in the backfield, and he a couple spin moves later ended up making about 6 yards on that run.
2nd down and 4 for Alliance. King and Garza split out to the left side. I formation behind Case and Clark. Under center, give it off to the fullback, but officials whistles, stopping play.
I think there was a wide receiver in motion as the play got started.
So it will be a penalty on Alliance, and that'll mark it back to the 49-yard line. And it looks like a 2nd down and 10 for the Alliance Bulldogs. They move right to left here in this second half. Garza splits out to one side, Kelly to the other side. Clark gives off Grant. Grant finds running room. Or check that. It went to King. And King with the reception down to the Gering 38-yard line.
Great play action pass there by Clark, and an accurate throw in traffic down there to King out in the flat.
It was great play action. I thought that Grant had the ball. 1st down and 10. Or check that. Yes, it will be a 1st down and 10. Leistritz the fullback, puts his head down on the first down play across the Gering 35 down to the 34-yard line. Leastritz listed as an H-back, so we may see him come out of the backfield and catch a few passes. And a second down, let's call it 6 for Alliance. One wide receiver split to each side. There's a man in the slot. They'll toss it. Grant over the left side and stacked up as he gets it down to the 32-yard line. A late flag comes in.
Looks like that same area as that last unsportsmanlike conduct.
Jackson Slothauer on the tackle.
And another one came down, it looks like. I wonder if we're going to have multiple here.
As I always say, it may be getting a little chippy out there.
Yeah, I think it could be.
One flag came in right away, and as you said, the other one came out way late after that. As Austin Lease checks into the Gering lineup, officials discussing it, standing at the 30-yard line.
You know, and 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, and you're disqualified from the game. So really, this could be a big play, or a big turning point in the game, I guess.
Alliance has had one unsportsmanlike called on them already back in the first quarter. Personal foul on Gering.
And what kind of personal foul?
And no other signal from the official besides personal foul, but Gering walking all the way back to their 10-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be a big walk-off against the Gering Bulldogs. They're already down 14-0 here. They'll set it down. And unsportsmanlike on Gering, it looks like. So they've set it down at the 19-yard line.
Are they going to walk off another one?
I think they are, because Gering continues to walk back. So we saw one flag come out right at the end of the play, then another one came out just a little bit after that. So it looks like
2 unsportsmanlikes.
2 unsportsmanlikes.
You rarely see that.
And a big penalty against Gering that marks it all the way down to the 14-yard line.
It must be real chippy down there.
4:13 left in the first half. 14-0 Alliance. They're looking for more.
Well, and if this should be a 1st and 10 if there was 2 dead ball fouls. 1st and goal now. Those halfway distance to the goal those are tough to step off.
So the ball set down. Let's say it's at the inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal to go. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Keegan Grant with the handoff. Grant pops through a hole across the 5, and he's tripped up as he gets it down to the Gering 2-yard line. And a 2nd down and goal for the Alliance Bulldogs.
You know, Keegan Grant he's so quick to get through that hole.
Alliance has scored on 2 pass plays, courtesy of Case and Clark. They'll go 2 wide left, 1 right. 2nd down and goal to go. The handoff, Leastritz, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Alliance touchdown. Leastritz from 2 yards out. And 20-0 Alliance here with 3:28 left in the first half. First running play for a touchdown by Alliance. And they'll probably be going for 2 here. No, they are going to have Martinez come in and kick the extra point. They tried to kick the first one, had a little trouble with the snap from the center. Case and Clark, the holder, snap down, and the kick
right
is
down the
up
middle. Yeah.
And good. 3:28 left in the First half, 21-0 Alliance on the West Coast scoreboard.
Be water wise. Did you know that most people over-fertilize their lawns and gardens? This means your fertilizer and money wash down the storm drain into our waterways, where it makes dangerous algae grow. So the next time you fertilize the yard, remember, you're not just fertilizing your lawn, so don't overwater or use fertilizer when rain is in the forecast. Smart waterways add to clean water. This is a message from Tri-City Stormwater.
Martinez set to kick it off, and an end-over-end kick. This will be taken by Radzimski at the 25, across the 30, 35, stretching it out, and a nice run by Brady Radzimski as he gets it to the Gering 39-yard line with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the first half, but Gering looking at a 21-0 deficit.
Boy, really gut check time for the Gering Bulldogs. See if they can put something together. But how impressive has Alliance been tonight? Really came out and been efficient on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
A 4-play, 49-yard drive by the Alliance Bulldogs, and Logan Leastritz takes it the final 2 yards for the touchdown for Alliance. 1st and 10, Gering. 2 wide receivers split to each side. Gering left to right. Motion now by Carmelo Tim in the left. Snap goes over the head of Brady Radzimski, and a smart play by Radzimski to just fall on it at the 20-yard line.
You know, those snaps have been high all night. You wonder if one of those is going to get over his head, and that one was way over his head.
They'll mark it down at the 24-yard line.
But when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
And a lot of the shotgun snaps to this point have been high, and Brady's had to leap for most of them. But that one was way over his head. Andrew Mount is the center. 2nd down and long. Trips right. Another high snap over the head of Radzimski. He's going to have to go clear back inside the 10 to pick this one up.
That's just a tough play there, and Brady fell down trying to get back to it, and luckily got back to get on top of the ball, but may need to make a change. But with numbers like this, how do you know? It's just, I think we're really starting to see the effect of only having 19, 21 guys in at practice.
Ball is marked down at the 6-yard line, and a 3rd down.
And forever.
Yep, 41 is what it says on the scoreboard.
And that might be generous.
Yep. So on the 3rd down play, Radzimski will go under center. As the snap back, he dropped it for just a minute, and he'll hand it off to Thompson, and Thompson gets it out to the 15-yard line.
Looks like Alliance may have taken a timeout, try to save some of that clock.
We will keep it right here. Looks like Gering's made a change at center. Jackson Schlotthauer looks to be in there at center right now. Short gain out to the 15-yard line and puts Gering in a 4th down and 34. And as you said, looks like Alliance trying to conserve some clock. If Gering will probably punt it away. Well, you kind of wonder with the success or the lack thereof that Gering's had with the punting game, but either way, if Gering would punt, Alliance would get good field position, but I don't think there's any way they would go for it on 4th down and 34. Minute 37 left, first half, 21-0. Alliance leading Gering.
If there was ever a time to have a good punt, I think now would be it.
And Lance Isaacs is going to punt it away, so We'll see what he can do. Chase King stands at the Gering 45-yard line. Snap back, nice snap. Nice high.
Great kick.
Punt by Isaacs. It'll bounce at the 49-yard line. It'll go out of bounds. And Lance Isaacs with a nice punt. And Alliance will start 1st and 10 at the Gering 49-yard line with 1:28 left here in the first half. Alliance on top 21-0.
You know, an Alliance will come out and has had a very efficient offensive attack. They're sure not afraid to throw it, as Clark has 146 yards already in this game.
1st and 10 for Alliance. They move right to left here in this second quarter. Jaden Kelly to the left. Roman Garza has to find the line of scrimmage. He's wide to the right side. Play action by Clark. Drops the throw. Now he's going to pull it down and run. Going to the left side across the 45, 40, 35, and he'll run out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Great scramble by Clark there. Nothing downfield. Great coverage by the Gering secondary, and Clark made something with his feet.
Picks up 19 yards, a first down for Alliance with 1:17 left in the first half. 21-0 Alliance.
And importantly, he got out of bounds, so the clock will stop until the start of the next play.
Garza will split out wide to the left side for Alliance. One wide receiver to the right side. Give it off Clark. Clark finding running room. Clark across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. And he was wrapped up by Hayden Bennett. And a second down and call it 3. 57 seconds left. Clock running as a handoff to Leistritz right up the middle on the third down play. And Leistritz gets it across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. 48 seconds left.
And in high school, that the clock does stop as they set the chains.
Two wide receivers split each side for the Alliance Bulldogs. Grant the lone back in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. And Grant across the 15-yard line. Wrapped up and brought down there. And a timeout taken by Alliance with, call it, 40 seconds left here in the first half. And a nice job on the tackle for Gering by Trey Zwickel that time.
You know, Alliance came in here with a great game plan, and they have looked good. They have really moved the ball really at will all game, and the Gering defense, this is the worst we've seen them play all year.
Exactly, yeah, they just not, I mean, the first play from scrimmage, Alliance scores on their first offensive play as they go 69 yards as Cason Clark hooks up with Chase King, and then another Clark this time to Jaden Kelly touchdown pass, and another run by Leistritz, and the Gering defense has been on its heels the entire night.
They sure have.
Second down and 5. Alliance comes over the ball. They'll split 3 wide receivers out to the left side. Shotgun snap back to Cason Clark. Fires into the end zone. Fires complete to Kelly. And Kelly wrapped up at the 2-yard line. Brady Radzimski there as Alliance hustling to the ball. Clock stop with 34 seconds left. First down, goal to go. Trips left as Clark clocks the ball to stop the clock.
You know, that was the same, they tried to get a corner and man coverage, run a slant route. It was the same play they scored on last time. Gering's going to have to get up and jam that route early to try to get that wide receiver off of route, because that's been killing him, because Clark can laser right in there.
Second down, goal to go. Alliance at the Gering 2-yard line. Two wide receivers to the left. The I formation behind Case and Clark. He goes under center. The give to Grant. He's wrapped up. Breaks it. One tackle in the backfield. Breaks two. Takes it around the right side and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Alliance.
Great run by Grant there. Eluded 3 or 4 different tacklers and made it to pay dirt. What a great run.
And we've got an injured Bulldog at the goal line. And it is Brady Radzimski that's down on the field. But a nice run by Grant as he was almost wrapped up in the backfield. Looks like Maddox Janacek had one shot at him. Isaiah Blanco had the second shot. But Brady Radzimski was the last line of defense. And he's down in the end zone.
You hate to see any player injured, and you really hope Brady is okay out there. And I don't know who the backup quarterback is right now for Gering.
Well, and usually it would be Caden Bonsack, but he's still in quarantine. As I look down, I don't see number 12 on the field or on the sideline for Gering as they continue to look at Brady Radzimski in the end zone as Grant with the 2-yard run. With 22 seconds left here in the first half to make it 27-0 Alliance. Doug Jones out there, one of the trainers on the sideline tonight for Gering.
Well, he's sure seen a lot of games in his career, hasn't he?
Radzimski remains down on the field. And it looked like he was, and not to speculate, but it looked like he was holding his right shoulder, or one of his shoulders, I should say, as he tried to make the tackle on Keegan Grant as he took it in from 2 yards out.
Gosh, what a tough kid.
And they're going to help him to his feet. And he is holding that right arm at a 90-degree angle at his waist. And he will walk off the field under his own power. But the question remains who comes in at quarterback in the second half, or possibly here late in the first half for Gering. Of course, Alliance will get the opening kickoff to start the second half as Martinez comes on to attempt the point after to try to make it 28-0 here. Snap down, and the kick by Martinez is up and good with 22 seconds left here in the first half. 28-0. Alliance on top. Stay with us for our halftime show. We'll recap the scoring, and we will go over the first half numbers for both teams and try to catch up on some of the scores going on with other games around the area. I do know already that Sydney was a winner. They had a makeup game. They traveled to Valentine, Nebraska to take on South Sioux City in a makeup game. They were supposed to play Yuma, Colorado this week. But of course, all of the high school sports, fall sports in Colorado pushed to the spring, so Sydney had to find a replacement game. I'll check the score, but I do know that Alliance was a winner in that game. And it looks like Hunter Hayden warming up on the Gering sideline, and he may be the quarterback that'll come out and take the snaps. Here's Martinez's kick. This will be taken by an up man. That's Mason Brumbaugh, and Brumbaugh returns it to the 38-yard line, and Gering will take over with 15 seconds left here, trailing Alliance 28-0. Hunter Hayden, a 6 foot, 160-pound senior, He will go under center. And Gering will just take the snap, take a knee, and go into the locker room down 28-0. Hayden takes the snap, takes a knee. He will hand the ball to the quarterback as the clock will run out here in the first half. And Gering will go to the locker room down 28-0. We'll come back with our halftime numbers, recap the first half scoring at halftime. It's Alliance 28, Gering nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
And welcome back to Gering's Memorial Field. We're at halftime, Gering and Alliance, and it's been all Bulldogs. Unfortunately, the Alliance Bulldogs with the big lead here at halftime as they lead it 28-0. Let's recap the scoring. In the first quarter, Alliance got on the board first on a one-play 69-yard drive. Case and Clark to Chase King. The try for 2 was no good, and Alliance led it 6-0. Alliance got on the board once again with 9:01 left in the first half. Once again, Case and Clark, a touchdown pass to Jaden Kelly. This one from 10 yards out. It capped a 5-play, 58-yard drive. The try for 2 was good, and Alliance led 14-0. With 3:28 left before the end of the first half, Alliance scores one more time as Logan Leastritz takes it in from 2 yards out. 4 plays, 49 yards. The try they went for the point after touchdown. The kick was good. 21-0 Alliance at that point in the game. Then just before the end of the first half, with 22 seconds left, Keegan Grant, a 2-yard touchdown run. The point after was good, and that made it 28-0. That is your score at halftime, but probably the bigger story here in this one is Brady Radzimski went down, looks like something with his right shoulder. I don't want to speculate a lot, but he walked off the field under his own power, and we'll see how that works out for Gering in the second half. Alliance will get the second half kickoff. Here at halftime, 28-0. Alliance leads it. We'll come back with the first half numbers in this one as you're listening to Gering High Football on 93.3 KMOR. Once again, 28-0 Alliance on the West Coast scoreboard.
to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Do you remember Clark having an incompletion?
What?
Do you remember Clark having an incompletion?
No.
I don't either. I think he's 8 for 8.
Wow. Back here at halftime from Gering, and Alliance on top 28-0 here at halftime, and we've got the first half numbers, and Adam will bring those to you right now.
Starting off with Gering, Radzimski was 6 for 9 with 1 interception. That really wasn't his fault. Efficient night for him, 46 yard. As far as rushing goes, Radzimski has 15 and Thompson has 13. Total yards, Gering has rushed for 28 yards and passed for 46 for a total of 74 yards. Now for the Alliance Bulldogs, Clark is 8 for 8 with 156 yards. He has been amazing. A very dynamic passer, tall guy, and really throws a nice tight spiral. Rushing-wise, Clark has 26 yards of his own rushing. Grant has 39 yards, and Lestwitz has 42 yards. As far as receiving, King came in with 4 receptions for 91 yards. Kelly has 3 receptions for 56 yards, and a couple other guys have a few catches. Alliance has not looked like an 0-3 team. They are very efficient on offense and just stifling on defense. Total yards here, folks. Alliance has 263 yards, 107 rushing, and 156 passing.
And they got it all started with the 69-yard touchdown reception that went from Kelly to Chase King on their first offensive play of the game. And from then, the ball kind of got rolling for Alliance, and it has just continued to pick up speed as Alliance put 21 points on the board in the second quarter. But we said probably the bigger story is Gering quarterback Brady Radzimski went down on a tackle as on the touchdown by Alliance right before the end of the first half, as Keegan Grant took it into the end zone, and Brady Radzimski, the last line of defense, and he came up and holding his right shoulder, holding his right arm, and he went out towards the end of the first half, and so we'll see what Gering does at quarterback here in the second half. Halftime score, Alliance 28, Gering nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool.
Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
28-0 Alliance leading Gering here at halftime. And let's take a look at some scores involving area teams. In the fourth quarter, Gordon Rushville leading Hershey 35-7 is the score in that game. Elsewhere in the fourth quarter, North Platte St. Pat's leading Bridgeport 17-14. The Scottsbluff Bearcats with a 14-10 lead over the Northwest Vikings at halftime. In Wyoming, the Southeast Cyclones leading Pine Bluffs 21-0 is the score in that game. Elsewhere at the half, it's Perkins County leading Kimball 56-16. South Platte at the half leading Crawford 33-0. A past Gering opponent, Torrington, in the second quarter leading Upton Sundance 7-6 is the score there in the second quarter. No score yet on Mitchell and Chadron, and no score between Bayard and Garden County as of yet, or Morrill and Layton. And I did hear a score, Sutherland and Hemmingford. I think Hemmingford had the lead in that game earlier. One other score we did have a final on, as Sydney was a winner over South Sioux City. That game was held in Valentine, Nebraska earlier this afternoon. Here at halftime, 28-0, Alliance leads Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
And back here at halftime, just getting ready to start the third quarter. 28-0, Alliance leading Gering. And as you look down the sidelines, we see Hunter Hayden taking some tosses. He may come in at quarterback, and we look off to our right, and Brady Radzimski down. He's on the field. He's still got his pads on, but still continues to hold that right arm. And he's got trainer Doug Jones talking to him, and I'm sure if Brady had his way, he'd want to come back into this game, but right now we're seeing Hunter Hayden take some warm-up tosses, and he took the final snap of the first half.
Yeah, Brady is a tough kid, a lot of heart, really the heart and soul of this team. You know, if it was up to him, he'd be out there, but he has a future to look forward to too, and if you're hurt, that's just sometimes the way the ball bounces in this sport.
Gering with a few more players than they had last Friday. We counted 25. They had 19 last week. Nate Rushello is out for the season with a knee injury. Tyler Garrett hurt his wrist last week. He's been out there. He's got that wrist wrapped up. But like we said, Brady Radzimski went down with looks like some type of arm or shoulder injury, and he's down right where the players come onto the field talking to the trainer. His father's also down there, so we'll see what transpires here in the second half as Gering will kick off to Alliance to start this second half. One other score update at halftime, a couple of future Gering opponents, Lexington and McCook. McCook leading Lexington 21-0 at the half. And that's where Gering will travel next week to Lexington to take on the Minutemen. Lance Isaacs will kick it away as King and Kelly drop deep, and now Garza will come back to join them as Isaacs has it teed up at on the left hash mark for Gering. Approaches and a little pooch kick, and this will hit at the 20, and it'll be picked up right there by Kelly. He'll go to the left side, breaks one tackle, but he'll be stacked up and knocked down. And the kicker, Lance Isaacs, the first man to get down the field and make that tackle.
What a great kick. I think the returner there thought Kelly thought that ball was going out of bounds, but it just checked up like a pitching wedge out there, and it was great special teams play from Gering.
It is when the kicker's the first one down there to make the tackle.
And a good tackle, too. Good, tough tackle.
1st and 10 for Alliance. They'll move left to right here in this third quarter. They lead it 28-0. Kelly splits out wide to the left. Two wide receivers to the right. I formation behind Clark. Play action, drops to throw. Looking long, he's got King, and King can make the diving catch at the 50-yard line. Lance Isaacs back on the coverage for Gering.
Great pass from Clark, and really they had him in pretty good coverage here from Gering, but he threw that ball where only the wide receiver can catch it, and just a quarter of a step too long.
First incompletion for Cason Clark. He was 8 for 8 in the first half.
He was 8 for 8, 156 yards.
2nd down and 10 for Alliance. I formation. They'll turn, give it off to the fullback. Leastritz breaking tackles. And Leastritz across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
And those are tackles we've seen Gering make all year. They've really not been great up front, and you wonder if fatigue is playing into that. It's been a long 2 weeks with only 19 guys being able to play.
Mason Brumbaugh making the tackle for Gering. And a 1st down and 10 for Alliance. And the turn, the give to the I-back. And into the game is Jackson Minnick And Minnick takes it across the 30 down to the up to the 34-yard line of Alliance. Picks up 5, second down and 5, 11 minutes left, third quarter, 28-0. Alliance on top here. Also in on the defensive side for Gering, Joseph Van An. 2 wide receivers to the left on second down for Alliance. Clark under center, the handoff. Leastritz right up the middle, breaking 1 tackle, and Leastritz all the way out to the Alliance 45-yard line. He'll pick up first down yardage for Alliance.
Or these runs right up the middle, 5-10 yards a time. Gering has to find a way to shore up, and kudos to the Alliance offensive line up front, really blowing up some holes for those talented running backs to run through.
Enough for a first down for Alliance. They'll split 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Clark goes under center, gives it off Leastritz. He'll be wrapped up and thrown back. Maddox Janacek combining with Trey Zwickel on the tackle for the Gering Bulldogs.
There's that play we've seen all year. A couple great tackles from a couple of those big guys down low.
They'll give him a gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9. 9:46 left third quarter, 28-0. Alliance on top, 21 second quarter points for the Alliance Bulldogs. 2 wide to the right. Play action. Clark rolling. Hit as he throws, but the pass complete to Chase King into Gering territory at the 43-yard line. And another first down for the Alliance Bulldogs with 9:26 left. Third quarter, 28-0. Alliance leads it.
Boy, Alliance really being effective with the ball this series. 5, 6, 7-yard runs followed by 5, 6, 7-yard passes.
This will be the 6th play of the drive that started at the Alliance 18-yard line. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. They give it off to Minnick. Minnick breaks 1 tackle in the backfield, puts his head down, gets it up close to the 40-yard line as Oswicious had him wrapped up. And a gain to the 41, picks up 2 as Jackson Schlotthauer on the assist. Second down and 8 for Alliance at the Gering 41-yard line. Moving left to right. 2 wide to the left, 1 step drop, fire into the flat, finds King, and King slips down as he gets it down to the Gering 37-yard line. A lot of open field in front of Chase King, who has 1 touchdown catch here tonight on the opening offensive play for Alliance in the first quarter.
And what a dime of a pass from Clark that led him perfectly, and he just had to catch it and run.
Puts Alliance in a 3rd down and 4. Trips right. Shotgun formation. Clark gets a snap, but movement as Minnick in the backfield to the left of Payson Clark moved just a little bit early. And you kind of wonder where Keegan Grant's at.
Yeah, haven't seen him this half, have we?
No, as Minnick, a 5'8 senior, into the backfield. Leastritz, the fullback, is in there. Alliance off the penalty, 3rd down and 9. As the ball set back at the Gering 42-yard line. Once again, trips right for Alliance. Shotgun snap, play action. Clark getting pressured. Clark will be brought down. Trey Zwickel on the stop.
You know, great play design there from Coach Kinnaman. Corner blitz, pushed Clark up into the pocket, and the 2 D tackles just finished the job up. Great play by Gering. Really, maybe it might be that spark that they really needed.
Loses 3 and puts Alliance in a 4th down and 11. And a nice job by this Gering defense. Tyler Garrett will drop deep.
Is that Grant punting,
It
maybe?
is Grant punting. He will punt it away. And a snap back And this punt will hit at the 20 and will die at the 15-yard line.
Good stop by the Gering defense there. Get the ball back to your offense. And now let's see how the new quarterback can move this offense, and they need something.
7:02 left third quarter. Gering will put it down 1st and 10 from their 15-yard line. And that was the first punt by Alliance tonight. Hunter Hayden in at quarterback for Gering, in for the injured Brady Radzimski. One wide receiver split to each side. I formation behind Hayden. The turn to give to Thompson around the right side, and Eli runs over Chase King at the 20-yard line. He'll get it out to the 23-yard line, and a nice tough run by Gering's Eli Thompson.
And he's had a couple of those this year where he's almost broke it loose. One more move there, and he'd have been off to the races. So good to see some early success from the run game from Gering.
Thompson picks up 7. Gering 2nd down and 3, moving right to left in this third quarter. One wide receiver each side. Hayden under center. Officials whistle stopping play as the handoff went to Thompson. Illegal procedure, the call.
Looks like there might have been the center might have been a little delayed on snapping that ball.
And the false start will punch it back 5 yards and put Gering in a 2nd down and 8 with 6:20 left in the third quarter. 28-0. Alliance leads it. Carmelo Timblin splitting out wide to the left side for Gering. Hunter Hayden, the quarterback, gets the snap, give off Eli Thompson. Thompson looking for running room, trying to break a tackle at the line of scrimmage and not able to spin out of the tackle of Carson Bear that time.
Great defensive stop there by the Alliance front 7. Puts Gering behind the 6. We might see that first throw from Hayden.
Couple of yards on the run by Eli Thompson. 3rd down and 6 for Gering as they break the huddle. Once again, Timlin to the left, Lance Isaacs to the right. Hayden, the turn to give Eli Thompson around the right side. Eli will be brought down as he gets it across the 20. Minnick back there to make the tackle. Acosta there also for the Alliance Bulldogs, and a 4th down and 3 for Gering.
Gosh, you got to think Coach O'Boyle's thinking about going for it here. There's not a ton of possessions left in this game, but you are deep in your own territory. It's a tough decision for a head coach to make.
Ball set down at the Gering 22-yard line as Hunter Hayden at the sideline getting the play from head coach Danny O'Boyle. He's got the wristband on that left arm with the plays on it as it comes down from the coaches in the press box, and now Gering will take a timeout. 4:26 left third quarter, 28-0. Alliance leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
At TC and More in Scotts Bluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scotts Bluff.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
4th and 3. The turn and the give to Jacob Oswicious. Jacob pushing the pile, and he'll be thrown down as he gets it across the 25-yard line.
What a great run by Jacob there. He just wouldn't go down, right across the line the game.
He picks up the first down, and Gering will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 4:14 left third quarter, 28-0. Alliance on top. Final, McCook defeating Lexington, 42-0 the final there. 1st and 10 for Gering. Give it off to Thompson, and Eli won't find any running room that time. So he's stacked up right there. Leastritz, the first man to hit him, and a flag on the play. And we had a couple of big penalty on Gering in that first half. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls, which set Gering deep in their own territory. We also had 1 on Alliance in the first half. As the officials, personal foul on Gering.
You wonder if that's another unsportsmanlike. Kind of an odd time to have a personal foul come down if it's not after the play.
They're getting ready to mark this one off. And they'll mark it all the way back inside the 15. Down to about the, let's call it the 13-yard line. And puts Gering way behind the sticks on a second down play with 3:45 left in the third quarter. 28-0. Alliance on top. Carmelo Timlin to the left, Lance Isaacs right on a second down and 23. Inside handoff, Jacob Oss wishes he'll be stood up and knocked back as he gets it to about the 15-yard line for Gering.
It goes to show you that numbers issue that Gering has. Fullback trap down low, just trying to keep this offense really simple.
Hunter Hayden in now at quarterback in place of Brady Radzimski, who went out with an injury right before the end of the first half, trying to make a touchdown saving tackle on Keegan Grant.
He looks to be down on the sideline with an ice pack on that right shoulder.
Yep, he's got that wrapped up. Third down, 21. 1 wide receiver split to each side as the ball is snapped, and the handoff to Thompson. And another flag. And this one also will be against Gering on the delay of game as the play came in late, and they'll mark it down at the 10-yard line. Clock continues to run, 2:38 left here in the third quarter. Gering on the road next week. They will travel to Lexington. And for Alliance, they will host Scotts Bluff next Friday night. Third down and 26. 1 wide receiver split each side. The give to Eli Thompson, and Thompson puts his head down. He's stacked up and knocked back. First man to hit him that time, Carson Bear, and he got some assistance from some of his teammates. No gain on the play. And a 4th down and 25, and Lance Isaacs will be forced to punt from his own end zone as Chase King stands at the Gering 41-yard line. Isaacs awaits the snap here. Nice snap and a nice punt. This will drive King back to the 45 at the 40, and he'll get it across the 40 to about the 37-yard line.
Great punt. Almost too good of a punt. Almost outkicked his coverage there, but the special teams is really tightened up this game so far.
Couple of nice back-to-back punts by Lance Isaacs. But Alliance will have it. 1st and 10 at the Gering 37-yard line with a minute and a half left here in the third quarter, 28-0.
Looks like there was a roughing the kicker.
Wow, I did not see that. A flag right at the goal line.
So that should be an automatic first down for Gering there.
It will be. So take that off the board. So we'll continue with this drive for Gering off the penalty. And they've got it at the 25-yard line. First down and 10. One wide receiver split to each side. Hayden, the give, Thompson, and Thompson will be wrapped up and thrown back at the line of scrimmage. Leastritz in on the tackle, along with Wright, giving him a gain of 1 to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, there's no real secret what Gering's trying to do here offensively. And Alliance is selling out to stop the run up front. You'll see if Gering decides to maybe take Hayden out a little bit, see if we can't roll him out or whatever. There's something to get him in some space.
Second down and 9. I formation. Hunter Hayden under center. Goes back to pass, and the pass falls incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Sam Rushlow.
Tough play there. Threw it in the traffic. Really a pretty good throw, just a little bit short.
Hunter Hayden, a 6-foot senior. Now a third down and 9. 42 seconds left, third quarter. 28-0. Alliance on top. Alliance took the second half kickoff, went 9 plays and was forced to punt. And Gering punted the ball back to Alliance, but a roughing the kicker penalty gave the ball back to Gering. Looking at a third down and 9 right here. One wide receiver split to each side. Hayden under center. The give, Eli Thompson, and he can't get out of the backfield as he's wrapped up and knocked down that time. As coming in to make that tackle for Alliance, Caden Mathis. Also in there was Jackson Minnick. Third down and 9, and officials discussing something. We've got a flag down.
Another flag back, kind of the same spot they've been all night. There could be another unsportsmanlike here. Who knows in this game?
The flag down behind Alliance, and this one will be on the Alliance Bulldogs.
Was it a hold on Alliance? Is that what it?
I think that's what the signal was. So mark it off across the 35 to the 40-yard line.
On a run play, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Gives Gering a first down and 10. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock running. 28-0 Alliance. Hunter Hayden in at quarterback for the injured Brady Radzimski with that right shoulder with ice on it. Carmelo Timblin to the right. Isaacs to the left. They'll go out of the shotgun. Hunter Hayden gets the snap. Hayden's just going to take it himself. Get what he can. And he'll get it to the 40-yard line, and that play ends the third quarter. At the end of 3, Alliance 28, Gering nothing on the West.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
HydroZEN. Unplug and recharge. What is HydroZEN? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. HydroZEN is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. We encourage everyone
Back here in Gering alongside Adam Ostick, I'm Jeff Kelly from the Logos broadcast booth. 28-0, Alliance leading Gering. And the final 12 minutes here for both these teams, as both these teams came into tonight's action looking for their first win. Trips to the right as Gering going left to right. They throw it into the flat, and it goes off the hands of Carmelo Timblin. Incomplete. And 3rd down and 9 for Gering.
Yeah, another 3rd and long, but at least you're somewhat midfield here, so you can either flip the field or think about going for it on 4th.
Hunter Hayden, as we said, in at quarterback for the injured Brady Radzimski on the Gering sideline with that right shoulder wrapped in ice. Trips right, one wide receiver left. Hayden, one-step drop, fires in the flat, finds Timblin again. 45, and Timblin takes it into Alliance territory before Leistritz wraps him up and brings him down.
Great tough run by Timblin there, just working his way over to the sticks. A good pass there by Hayden. First completion, see if they can build on that.
1st and 10 for Gering. 11:42 left in the game. 28-0. Alliance on top. This will be the 10th play of the drive. That started at the 15-yard line. Gering did punt it away to Alliance, but a roughing the kicker penalty gave it back to Gering. Trips left. One-step drop, fire in the flat, finds Garrett into Alliance territory, 45, and he's spun out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. Eli Blanco on the tackle for the Alliance Bulldogs. They'll mark it down at the Alliance 44-yard line.
Nice pass there from Hayden and a good run by Garrett. Good to see them Hayden settling down a little bit and really making some nice plays out there.
Pick up a 5, 2nd down and 5 as I look out at the Alliance defense. That same front 3, Preble, Garza, and Martinez still in there. So first teamers in there for the Alliance Bulldogs. They lead it 28-0. Trips left, out of the gun. Shotgun snap, back to Hayden, fires, pass goes in and out of the hands of a leaping Carmelo Timblin. Incomplete.
Really a great pass from Hayden there. Touch high, but really rocketed it down there into some pretty tight coverage.
3rd down and 5 for Gering. Hayden comes to the sideline. Gets the play now back into the Gering huddle. Into the Gering lineup, Joseph Van An. He'll split out as a wide receiver to the right side. Trips left. Ball set down on the far hash mark to the left. Shotgun snap. Hayden drops to throw, getting some pressure. Looking long. And down there, but not able to make the catch, is Tyler Garrett. And back on the coverage was Jaden Kelly along with Chase King.
Well, Hayden had a couple options here short right at the sticks, but he decided to go for the deep ball. I like it. What a great toss. Just a half a step ahead of Garrett out there, but I like his drive, and I like what he's doing here really in a tough spot.
Garrett, who injured his wrist last week and is playing with a sleeve on that arm, but he's in there tonight on a 4th down and 5. Shotgun, snap back to Hunter Hayden, getting some pressure, escapes, pulls it down and run, 45, and he'll get it to the 43-yard line, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And Gering will turn it over on downs to Alliance here with 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. 28-0. Alliance leads it.
Nice drive there by the Gering Bulldogs. Moved the ball, had some help from a couple penalties, but hey, that's the game too. How about Hayden out there really playing a nice game in some really tough conditions?
His team down 28-0. Now Alliance with the ball. Trips left, shotgun snap. Back to Case and Clark, looking long. And pass comes up just short, and a late flag comes in. Jaden Kelly, the intended receiver for Alliance.
It was an underthrown ball because he got hit as he threw it, and sometimes you'll get a D-back caught in a pass interference in that situation. It's unfortunate, but you could also make a case for offensive here, as it looked like it was a bit of a push-off.
We'll see as the officials discuss it, and the penalty will be pass interference against Gering.
One of those unfortunate plays. The head lineman threw it all the way back from about 15 yards back, but this underthrown ball, great pressure by the Gering front seven there, and just one of those unfortunate deals.
That puts the ball down now at the 42-yard line of Gering. Alliance moving right to left in this third quarter on a 1st down and 10. Handoff, Grant breaks one back, tackle in the backfield, still running across the 40, 35, 25, 20, and he'll be ridden down inside the 15-yard line. Jacob Oswicious and Tyler Garrett along with Van Ann, but a big gain for Grant as he broke about 2 or 3 tackles in his own backfield, and he takes it down to the Gering 14-yard line. Big pickup and a 1st down for Alliance. 9:46 left in the game. 28-0. 2 wide right, 1 left. Clark gets it, gives it off Keegan Grant. Grant will be wrapped up by Rushello as he gets across the 10-yard line down to about the 8.
Boy, Grant is a load, hard to bring down. Gering has had him in the backfield a couple times tonight, and he's just elusive enough to get out and get downfield.
Picks up 6 on that run. 2nd down and 4 for Alliance. We wonder where Keegan Grant was as we saw Minnick in there to start this third quarter, but he's back in there. Jonah Mill will split out wide to the right side for Alliance. I formation behind Case and Clark. Gets a snap, the toss to Grant. A little stutter step, and Grant gets it down close to the 5-yard line. Will Larson in on the tackle. He'll pick up 3 down to the 5, and Alliance looking at a 3rd down and 1. Alliance in the white uniforms tonight, the white jerseys, blue letters and numbers, and gray pants. And Gering in the home blue jerseys, white letters and numbers trimmed in gold. 2 wide left, 1 right for Alliance. On a 3rd down, call it 1. Play action. Clark looks into the end zone, and the pass in and out of the hands of Jaden Kelly. Lance Isaacs, nice coverage in the secondary. Incomplete. It'll make it 4th down and 1.
What an incredible pass from Clark there. Just a dime right on the hands of the receiver, and good coverage by Gering to get his hand in there and break that up. But I tell you what, Clark throws about as good a ball as I've seen this year.
Big guy, 6'5", 180 pounds. 4th down and 1. 2 wide right for Alliance. Clark under center, gives it off to Lee Stritz, the fullback, breaks 1 tackle, ball's loose in the end zone. And a touchdown as one of the offensive linemen for Alliance got back there to recover that fumble. That's Jace Moss, and a touchdown for Alliance.
Coach O'Boyle wants to talk about something out there.
The ball was fumbled as it went into as Lee Stritz was trying to stretch to the end zone, and it got fumbled in the end zone where Moss made the recovery. And no explanation coming from the official.
I wonder if Coach O'Boyle had thought that the linesman there blew his whistle before the play, before that fumble. If that being the case, the ball would be down.
So the point after Martinez on to kick it to make it 35-0 Alliance. Low snap. Martinez's kick is up and good. 8:04 left in the game. 35-0 Alliance leading it on the West Coast scoreboard. $35-0 Alliance, and the ensuing kickoff that hits at the 30, taken by Brumbaugh. And Mason Brumbaugh gets what he can, and the ball will be put down at the 33-yard line. 7:52 left, and now, since the score is 35-0, we will have a running clock here for the final 7:45 here in this game. Ball set down at the 34-yard line. Gering working from left to right here in this fourth and final quarter. Hunter Hayden at the controls for Gering. One wide receiver split to each side. They'll turn the give to Eli Thompson, and Thompson across the 30-yard line. Minnick brings him down along with Leastritz. And the gain to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 2, and Gering looking at a 2nd down and 8. 35-0, Alliance on top. One wide receiver split to each side for Gering. High formation. The turn and the give to Eli Thompson, and Thompson breaking tackles, and a nice run for a first down to the Gering 46-yard line.
Great run by Thompson there. He's not giving up. It looked like he was falling the whole 9 yards there.
Enough for the first down. 6:21 left in the game. 35-0. Alliance on top. Brady Radzimski out of this game with a shoulder injury late in the second quarter. And Hunter Hayden's been at the controls since that time. 1st and 10. One wide receiver split to each side. Hayden drops to throw, now steps up, getting pressure, and he'll be brought down as he's tripped up. Minnick on the tackle for the Alliance Bulldogs. And a loss back to the Gering 42-yard line, and once again puts Gering behind the chains on a 2nd down and 12.
Great pursuit by the Alliance front 7 there. He had about 4 or 5 different guys in his face. Gering shooting for looked like 4-9 routes down the field and trying to get a big piece here, and it just didn't quite work out.
Gering on a 2nd down. Once again, staying pretty basic. One wide receiver split to each side. High formation, the handoff to Eli Thompson, and Thompson avoids one tackler in the backfield and gets it up to the Gering 49-yard line. He'll pick up 7. That'll put Gering in a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Eli Thompson's had a great half here. Good, tough kid, really making some really tough runs here in the face of some adversity.
4:44 left in the game. Running clock, 35-0 Alliance. One wide receiver split each side. Thompson gets the handoff. Thompson breaking tackles, tough run. And Thompson into Alliance territory to the 38-yard line of Alliance, and a nice tough run by Eli Thompson, the junior running back.
Sure was, and he had just a little bit of space there, and he made use of it. Great run, at a great time, really, where they were behind the sticks, and Eli Thompson really put together a nice couple plays there.
First down yardage, 1st and 10 as we near the 4-minute mark. As splitting out to the right is Lance Isaacs. They'll give it to Eli Thompson one more time, and Thompson will be tripped up as he gets it to the 37-yard line. Short pickup, 2nd down and 9.
Nice little drive here from the Gering Bulldogs. You sure love to see them get some points on the board, and that turns off that running clock as well.
Gering has only been shut out once this year. That was against Hastings 2 weeks ago. 2nd down and 9. Wide receiver split to each side. Hayden under center. Once again, the give to Thompson. Eli puts his head down, but he'll be pushed back as the big defensive tackle for Alliance, Tristan Grubham, comes in and knocks him down. No gain on the play, and a 3rd down and 9 for Gering. 2:52, clock continues to run.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Let's see what they dial up for Hayden here.
Carmelo Timlin split to the left, Lance Isaacs to the right. They'll give it off to Jacob Oswicious, the first man through, and Oswicious gets it down to the Alliance 28-yard line.
You betcha. Oh, Jacob Oswicious, good tough run. He wasn't stopped until he got past. They've gone to him on 3rd and 4th down a few times this game.
Picks up the 1st down for Gering. 2:16, clock running. 35-0 Alliance. Once again, Timlin left, Isaacs right. Hunter Hayden, they'll give one more time to Oswicious. He'll put it right up in the middle before he's wrapped up. Minnick on the tackle one more time. Nice pickup of 5. Down to the Alliance 23-yard line. And a 2nd down and 5 as we near the 1-minute 30-second mark. Gering trying to punch one in. One wide receiver each side. Here's Eli Thompson. And Eli Thompson across the 20-yard line. Inside the 20 down to the Alliance 17-yard line. Gering still with 2 timeouts left.
Great runs here, nothing special. We knew it would happen, but there was a couple guys out there, Thompson, Oswicious, that O-line. They're not stopping, they're not giving up. This is about pride now.
Coming up on the 1-minute mark, 1st down for Gering. Wide receiver split to each side, play action. Hayden looking into the end zone, finds Sam Rushlow, and Rushlow gets out of bounds inside the Alliance 10-yard line, down to the 6.
Great play there. Caught him sleeping a little bit. They thought they were going to run. What a great play. Running clock, so that clock's still running.
36 seconds left. 1st and goal to go. Oswicious on the handoff. He'll get it I formation, and the give, Thompson, and Thompson takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gering. Eli Thompson with a 1-yard touchdown run as time runs out here in the game. 35-6. Gering with a little bit of pride.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
And welcome back to Gering's Memorial Field. Gering loses to Alliance here tonight. 35-6 is your final score. And this is the Runza post-game show. Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza with locations in Scottsbluff and Gering. Let's recap the scoring in this one, as Alliance got on the board with 8:26 left in the first quarter as Cason Clark hooks up with Chase King, a 69-yard touchdown pass on Alliance's first offensive play from scrimmage. The 2-point conversion was no good, and Alliance led 6-0. Alliance made it 14-0 with 9:01 left in the second quarter as Kason Clark hits Jaden Kelly a 10-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion was good. That made it 14-0 Alliance. Alliance makes it 21-0 as Logan Leastritz with a 2-yard touchdown run. The kick was good. 21-0 Alliance at that point. Then with 22 seconds left before the end of the first half, Keegan Grant takes it in from 2 yards out. The point after was good. 28-0 Alliance. That was your score at halftime, but probably more important on that touchdown run by Keegan Grant. That put Brady Radzimski out of the game as he came out with a right arm injury. Into the third quarter, there was no scoring in the third quarter. Into the fourth quarter with 8:04 left as Grant went into the end zone. He fumbled the ball. Jace Moss fell on it in the end zone. A touchdown for Alliance as the point after was good. That made it 35-0. But Gering redeeming a little bit of pride as time ran out on a 4th down and goal to go. Eli Thompson with a 1-yard touchdown run as the clock ran out, and that made the score 35-6. And that is your final score here tonight as Gering drops to 0-5 on the season, and Alliance gets their first win of the year. Once again, your final score, Alliance 35, Gering 6 on the Wesco scoreboard.
Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors. Invest in your home.
The number one investment I like to invest in is my home. For less than your cable bill and your cell phone bill, you can have all new windows in your house. Now, I've never got a return from my cable bill, and I've never got a return from my cell phone bill. But when you invest in your home and windows, you're gonna get that return.
Now more than ever, there is no place like home. Invest in it. Renewal by Andersen Windows and Patio Doors.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
35-6 your final score here tonight as Alliance defeats Gering here at home, and Gering will be on
running free through our offensive line for most of the night, and we didn't execute it all tonight.
The injuries, you put Hunter Hayden in at quarterback, the final drive of the night. I think, your team stepped up. They said, we're not going to get shut out in this one. That was an impressive drive by your team late in the game.
Well, we had a lot of our ones in there, and so, I feel bad doing that. But Hunter really stepped up for us in the second half. He's a kid that, he wanted to try out for quarterback early on in the fall or in the summer, and we moved him to receiver. And, for him to come back after not playing quarterback for, 8 or 9 weeks and not even taking snaps until this week, he did an excellent job. And he's a great kid. He truly is, and he's a good leader, and he did a good job of commanding the huddle and keeping those guys marching down the field.
So tell us what the situation is now. You got some players back this week. Do you get some more back that next week? Are you at full strength, or where are you at with that?
We should be full strength as far as getting guys back from quarantine. We'll just have to see. It seems like, as soon as something positive starts to happen, something else happens, and we get more guys out, or somebody gets hurt. It just seems like it's a never-ending cycle right now. So, to say we'd be at full strength, I don't think would be accurate. But a lot of it's going to determine how these injuries play out with Brady and Owishus as well. And we got some other guys that are banged up. Turner Ray got banged up tonight, and some guys that are playing through some soreness. It's absolutely no excuse, but we got some guys that really need to dig deep and get tough.
All right, next week you got Lexington on the road, but this is probably one of those ones you try to forget about as soon as you can.
Yeah, definitely. We're not going to dwell on this loss. We've got to look forward. I think that was probably the worst game we played all year. I think we took a huge step backwards tonight, so we'll get these guys ready to go for next Friday.
All right, Danny, appreciate you stopping by in a tough situation.
Thank you.
Daniel Boyle joins us here on the Runs a Post-Game Show. We'll come back with more as Gering loses to Alliance 35-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
If Runza was a rapper, its name would be Notorious P.O.P., Cardi Beef, Chance the Runza Sandwich Rapper, Big Crinkle, Ring Latifah, Lil Crinkle, Runza DMC.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the VIAERO family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at VIAERO.com or your nearest VIAERO store. VIAERO Wireless, keeping you connected.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for years.
As I thought, I think Gering was on their heels with regards to the defense. The rest of the first half is Alliance put 21 points on the board in the second quarter alone, and it just seems to kind of continue to, I guess, pile up. You got kids out because of the pandemic into quarantine. You're playing with 19 players last week. You get some more players back. We counted maybe about 25 in the game tonight. your starting quarterback goes down with an injury, one of your running backs goes down late in the game with an injury, and it just seems, there's still some other kids. Turner Ray gets banged up, so the hits just keep coming for Gering. But like I say, we had to give them a little bit of credit there with that drive late in the fourth quarter. They were able to avoid the shutout. So
absolutely, they really showed some heart in that last drive. And take nothing away from Alliance. Alliance does not look like their record dictates. That's a good football team with some, Garrett, their quarterback, Clark, their fullback, really some talented football players on that team.
So Gering will try to get win number 1 next week on the road in Alliance, and so they will have take the week off. And I shouldn't say take the week off. They will come back to practice next week and try and go on the road to get the win at Alliance. We will be taking a feed from our sister station KRVN in Lexington for that game. So we'll join you again when Gering comes back to host McCook here on October 9th. So for our KNEB.TV crew, for Chad and for Ani and for TJ, I'd like to thank them tonight. And for Adam Ostick, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good night from Gering.
Is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.